Hello. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to come on and do just another little quick kind of grounding exercise that you could do that might be helpful. And just a reminder to remember to take time out of your day to breathe, to look outside, to look for something that brings you joy, brings a smile to your face, makes you curious, even that. I've been using this tapping, as you know, emotional freedom technique. There are multiple videos and people out there teaching that, so I'm not going to do that here. But what I will do is a little bit of what I call a shortcut exercise that you can do. And when you're feeling anxious, or perhaps anywhere you might be, whether you're sitting waiting for an appointment, or you're on a break at work, or you're just feeling anxious because you've just watched a little bit too much news, as I think we've all been guilty of these days. And yeah, just anytime you need to kind of center yourself. So one of the things is I lock my thumbs together like this, and it's kind of a butterfly kind of tapping. And I have been finding this, and it just kind of came to me. I may have picked it up from somebody. I cannot tell you if I didn't. More than likely, probably, but I can't recall who that might have been. But I just wanted to share this with you. And this tapping you just do over the top of your shoulders, so you're kind of over your heart, but you're just tapping. And this tapping back and forth helps regulate your nervous system. So I encourage you to do this. And maybe you come up with a mantra that you want to say for yourself, and it can be anything. It can be anything. It can be from a line in a holy book, or a prayer that you like, or something simple as calm and relaxed, calm and relaxed. Even though I am feeling anxious, in this moment, I am calm and relaxed. In this moment, I'm safe and secure. In this moment, I am okay. In this moment, I can appreciate myself. Even though I am anxious, I can appreciate myself. I can love and care for myself. I am safe. I am safe. Because underneath all of this anxiety we've got going on is fear. It's fear. Fear of that which we can't control. Fear of what's out around us that we can't quite grasp. And I know for myself, I have to remind myself, and so often I do that by counseling or talking with other people, because it most likely is what I also need to hear to remember, because I'm still human and still figuring out this life. And it can be rather daunting at times, especially if we're a sensitive person who doesn't like to see or witness injustice or violence, and feeling like there's not enough. We're not a billionaire. We can't go bail out places or fix things. And ultimately, and I guess it's something I've been working on, it is not up to us to fix anything. It is up to us to love, do our little bit of good where we are, where we're called to. And we have to remember, because the other thing is comparison, right? We compare a lot. And not everybody's called to do something massive and big, because when they are, that's what they're doing, right? So if that's what we were called to do, we would be doing that, and we would have the means to do it. And so it is sitting with, what am I called to do? Instead of sitting in this, oh my gosh, there's just so much, there's so many places, there's so many things going on, there's so much that I need to and want to fix, and I want to stop it, and I don't want people to suffer, and I want to feed the world, and it's like, again, unless we're billionaires, we're not really able to have the resources for that. So, what little bit of good is your soul calling you to do? And maybe for some of us, on days when our bodies, if we're disabled, we have chronic pain, chronic autoimmune disorder, fatigue, whatever is going on, or we working really long hours, we just don't have it. Maybe the little bit of good you're being called to do is just sit for 5-10 minutes. Do this little butterfly tapping and send out love and healing and prayers to where you think they need to go, not with an intention to fix it. I think that is a crux a lot of us codependent, shall I say, suffer with, is the fixing issue. We want to fix it. But really, it's about sitting with this idea of what is for their best and highest good. May they be hooked up, linked up to the divine within themselves, to their own divine guidance, to the messages they need to receive, and that they be at peace and that they feel safe and secure and at peace. That's really all we can do in many instances. And otherwise, you've got a few extra bucks, you donate it to the guy on the street, or you donate it to the homeless shelter or the food bank, or a charity that you're compassionate about. There's a plethora of them these days, too many to count. I kind of rotate every month. I send a little something to a different one. But there's plenty in our own little communities to donate to. Here in my area, we've got a shelter for children that had to be taken out of homes, or perhaps the parents needed a safe place for their children to be while they find housing or go to rehab. And it's a shelter, and it totally relies on the community to fund them, and some donations from United Way if they get that every year, which usually I think they get some, and it's called Child Haven here in my area. I think there's places like that in everybody's area. There are food banks everywhere. Some of the churches have them, some nonprofits have them. Usually there's a community organization. Here it's ECHO. We have Frontline Center, that is a homeless shelter, especially during the winter, for folks. And yeah, there's Habitat for Humanity. Some bigger ones that I support, as I can, are like Doctors Without Borders, that go to all countries. They're non-political. They're just there to help provide medical care. The Central, I think it's called Central Kitchen. I'd have to look it up. But there's like a World Food Bank where they go around to crisis places, war ravaged places, but also places where disasters have happened, and they feed people, clearly on donations. Like I said, there's a plethora. I would check it out and make sure that the bulk of your donation is actually going to where you want it to go to, because some of these nonprofits are nonprofit, not for profit, not nonprofit. There's a different not for profit. They actually, their CEOs and stuff can make pretty hefty wages. Not that I begrudge people making a good living, because everybody deserves that. But, do your due diligence on where you're giving. And for those of us who feel the call, when we see somebody on the street, we have some cash and we feel called to give it, then give it. We don't, it's none of our business where that goes if we give it. Once you give a gift, it's none of your business. And again, sometimes we have to tap, like it's none of my business. My role is to love and send out love. And maybe that's our calling. Because not all of us can be a Gandhi. Not all of us can be a Martin Luther King. Not all of us can be a Kennedy. So many world famous peoples. Not all of us are called to be a Buddha or Jesus or Christ or Teresa of Avalon or whatever, big name saint you can think of. Those people were called to do that, to give us the gifts that they did give us. And I've been guilty of this comparison, like I should be doing something so much bigger than I am. But alas, I'm just human. So that's my spiel for today, and I hope that this little exercise of this little tapping would be of help. And like I said, I've just been really using it lately, and it just came to me, and I'm sure I picked it up from somebody, but I can't tell you who. But this is quick and easy, and it doesn't cost a thing. And listen to some good music, the calming kind of music, bilateral music that's on YouTube with headphones can help, but also just put on some music that makes you want to dance and makes you feel good. That's good too. Listen to music you've never listened to, world music. And on that note, I will say goodbye. I send my love and blessings to you all, and peace. Peace out, as they used to say.